I've had to re-record this video like several times, so I already started a poll. I'm just gonna get into it. I am using African Gods Oracle. I was getting way too complicated trying to explain something to you that you can easily look up yourself if you really want to deep dive that information, or one way or another reach out to me. But we're just gonna get right into it. I like a card plopped out. The energy is waxing moon, and it says, "May there be light over darkness. It's time to rise and shine." So that's just the energy, and I'll even read like waxing moon. We have O Rain, number 21, and it says, "Good luck is only one step ahead." And this particular one is a positive aspect, and it says here, Regent Orishas are Ishu, Oya, and Ogun. Keywords are communicative, makes friends easily, tendency to acquire wealth in youth, ability to start over, like the phoenix, good heart, born entrepreneur, natural beauty and good luck, brave and stubborn, and pursues goals. And it says here, how nice is it to be able to recognize that good luck has always accompanied you even during the biggest storms. With the positive regency of Odu Orain, self-confidence is your trademark. Determination to achieve goals, your life's motto. This regency announces the continuation of winning cycles, giving the strength to conquer prominent positions and even greater goals. No matter what happens, with your intelligence and creativity, you feel like a phoenix rising from the ashes. Ever more beautiful, ever stronger. This is how you wake up every day and insist on pursuing your dreams urgently. After all, tomorrow is always uncertain. Living every second to the extreme at a speed that only you are able to keep up, you don't wait for anything and prefer to pay the price. How about slowing down to enjoy the scenery? The influence of Orishas Oya and Ishu also bring good luck in business and ease in generating and managing wealth, so it is time to invest in your professional plans and skills. Your know-how to delegate tasks, acting with excellence in teams, especially in charge of them. Your dreams and plans are big and point to infinity, but in your eagerness to see them fulfilled, you may end up taking on responsibilities that are not yours. Be careful, because when everything is going well, you can get the impression there are no dangers. Naivety is your weak point, and you risk becoming the victim of freeloaders. This one also has like an empowering ritual for those of you who are interested in like performing ritual. Orain's empowering ritual, it says, on a waxing or full moon, Wednesday night. I can't make this shit up. I swear to you, I was shuffling the deck. This one fell out. This one was on the top of the other tiny deck, because it's like a twofold deck. Like, you have the energies and the Orishas, and the energy and the Orisha go hand in hand. So you pull one from here, and then you pull, however many from here that you're led to pull. And those two plopped out. So it is Wednesday, and I haven't been paying attention to the moon phases necessarily because I kind of suck at keeping track. Waxing moon, 21 O Rain. Anyway, sorry, that blew my mind a little bit. That was wild. Okay, on a waxing or full moon Wednesday night, put 11 different crystals and personal jewel if you have one in a glass jar and fill it with water, then cover it to protect it. Light a yellow or orange candle in front of your jar and meditate with it before you, picturing the good luck and wealth you wish in your life. Once the candle has burnt, let the jar rest outside under the dew through the night. Next morning, as soon as you wake up and before speaking to anyone, wash your hands and feet with the jar's water. I can probably, if I remember, I keep saying I'm going to put things in the description and then I may or may not remember, but I may be, if anyone's interested, I may put this in the description for those of you who are wanting to do a ritual. Naivety is your weak point, and you risk becoming the victim of freeloaders. Your eagerness to see tasks fulfilled may have you end up taking on responsibilities that are not yours. How about slowing down to enjoy the scenery? Am I talking to a workaholic? Is that what's happening right now? It just feels like I'm talking to a workaholic. So, I'm gonna get some Mott's Mango Peach Applesauce. Take a minute with that. I used to be a workaholic. I used to be damn good at any job. Give me 3 to 4 months to figure it out, and not only will I be able to do the function, the physical function of the job, but I'll also make everyone at that job, at least the majority of the people there, absolutely fall in love with me too. I am so good at being a fucking workhorse, let me tell you. Like, boundaries, who are those? Sleep schedule, I don't know her. Because weekends? Not on a holiday. Stop and smell the roses. Stop and smell the roses. Look at the scenery. I am only using this deck. I actually use my Egyptian tarot, like I'll shuffle it mid-video because I actually just need to get acquainted with it. It's like mine. And it's a very powerful deck. Like, touching it kind of sometimes gives me shockwaves. So I just kind of get myself acquainted with it, and I like to look at it. But 3 cards fell out. I honestly, I get overwhelmed with a lot of different moving parts, so I'm struggling with being led to do this in this way. But I believe here I have the Fool, the 8 of Wands, and the 8 of Cups. I've never figured out how to, like, you know, like, Fool, the 8 of Wands, and the 8 of Cups. From this deck, I like to check what things mean, because sometimes they'll have, like, deeper meanings associated with, like, gods and Egyptian cultural context, and that really furthers the narrative, and it really, like, takes things to really good places. But the 8 of Cups is just the papyrus shoot, arrested ripening, illusions, fantasies, and probability. And the 8 of Wands says the shoot of papyrus, mobility, ambition, and potential. Why are there so many papyrus shoots? Yeah, see? Papyrus shoots. Both of them. Interesting. I do find that interesting. I actually have, like, another guidebook that I go to for, like, the general knowledge of things, just so that I know what I'm looking at, like, in detail. 8 of Wands suggests, you know, progress, getting back on track, goals on their way to being achieved, a plan is on its way to completion, mobility, ambition, and potential. And then, you know, if we're looking at the 8 of Cups, you know, because, like, Wands are associated with the element of fire, and they are about energy and life force. So your energy and your life force, that fire is going into good places, it seems. And then, you know, if we're getting into the cups are about water, emotions, love, feelings, imagination, things of that sort, manifestation. But the 8 of Cups means retreat, escape, abandonment, loss, dissatisfaction, time out, perspective needed. You're unfulfilled and dissatisfied with your choices and find it difficult to choose something and stick with it. Nothing seems to bring satisfaction for you. Arrested, ripening illusions, fantasies, and probabilities. So, okay, my dude, it sounds like you need to, like, really reevaluate. I almost said it sounds like you need to quit your job. And you know what? I think I'm just gonna go with that. From one chronic people-pleasing, overachieving workhorse robot to another. All of those things I just called you are completely untrue about you. You're a human being and you deserve to be treated with respect, with dignity. You deserve rest. You deserve all of those things that they are trying to convince you that you don't need in order for you to continue building their brand. And it seems to me like this isn't furthering anything for you, and you're feeling really dissatisfied with that. Like, you have a lot of big dreams. You know, your work ethic is for something. But yeah, I think that, like, you know, people who have an agenda and want to, like, use people, tend to come up with a lot of, like, really creative, like, underhanded and manipulative ways of convincing people like us to succumb. And then I pulled these two from the Moon deck. Waning Crescent and Shadow Work. And number 9 is Waning Crescent. And that one says Liminal Psychic Transition. The Waning Crescent card is a magical card indeed, indicating a time for psychic visions, prophetic dreams, and spooky experiences. It is a liminal time, as the moon makes the journey from the end of the current cycle towards the next. Therefore, it suggests a time of transition. Let me just finish. Let me read these and then I'm just gonna yell. It's the period of leaving the past behind, but taking the lessons learned with you as you move forward into a new phase of your life. With greater wisdom than you had before. This is a time of healing and magic, of dream work and self-reflection. That 8 of Wands energy coming in, okay. When you pull this card, it can mean that you are still feeling the pain of old wounds and scars, that you are not yet fully healed, so be gentle with yourself. A paper cut takes seconds to inflict, but days to heal. Give yourself the time needed to get over any old injury, be this physical or emotional, and take positive steps, such as counseling, towards better mental health and emotional intelligence. This card is also one of strong enchantment, and if you pulled it as your personal card, it would suggest that you have an affinity for magic and spellcasting. The Waning Crescent has very protective energy, so know that you are guarded on your magical path. So I'm not even talking to a mere mortal, I'm talking to magical practitioners like myself who are just sticking themselves in mere mortal spaces and doing divine work and wondering why they're feeling unfulfilled. Number 43, shadow work. Literally told you to get a therapist. Let's talk about shadow work. It's all in love, by the way. I love you so much. Like, I want you to be okay, so this is why I'm kind of roaring at you. Shadow work. Excavation, healing, past. I can't make this shit up. You saw me shuffling and yanking cards out without look. I'm looking at you. God. When this card comes up, it means that you are being heavily influenced by something from your past, and it is holding you back and hindering your progress in life. Shadow work is the card of emotional excavation, where you examine your past with a fine-toothed comb to discover the root causes of your current issues. It means facing your past with courage and refusing to allow it to color your future. All those experiences that you have repressed, disowned, and buried deep within you now need to be excavated and dealt with so that you can free yourself from them once and for all. Only then will you be free from the hurts and traumas of your past. This in turn will allow you to live brighter, happier. This in turn will allow you to live a brighter, happier future. This is a card which suggests some deep shadow work is needed to deal with some powerful issues from the past, but that a subsequent healing process will bring about a happier future. Do not live your present life in a state of anger, fear, or anxiety, or be governed by the things that happened in your past. Face your past, vanquish it, and move on in love and light. This channel is about love and light. This is what we do here. This is what we do here. Okay, so yeah, I'm talking to a very fucking powerful, magical divine creature who is putting themselves through actual hell, trying to make both their dreams and mere mortal dreams come true at the same time. It's not in alignment. It will obviously be a struggle. You also have a lot of like work to do. Excuse me. But it's like good work. It's good work. It's good work. And you need to do that work. There's some stuff in the past that you have to let go of. And not all of that. It doesn't even feel like the things that you're struggling with or the things that like you're having to really contend with are like, I think that you're holding on to it because it makes you so good at what you do currently. And it's not supposed to make you good at what you do currently. It's supposed to make you good at what you're about to do for yourself and others in the future. Like I think you've maxed out on all of this like stuff you're supposed to be doing for other people, and I think you're supposed to just be like stepping into your divine purpose now. Not just, but like I think you've grown other businesses long enough. I think you've elevated others and you've exalted other voices and you've allied everyone else long enough. I think that that job is probably now just sapping you dry of everything you have because you keep showing them that you can do more, and they keep saying, how high can you go? And you're like, literally can't go any higher. I'm burnt the fuck out. Do something different. And it's like cheaper for you to get them to the top than it would be for them to ethically outsource the work and pay people ethically, is the vibe I'm getting. And I'm talking to somebody who's like being paid bullshit to do like epic work, and you know, because you make it look so effortless, you set this like unrealistic expectation. I hope you learned your lesson. Don't do that anymore. I nearly died doing that. I nearly died trying to make someone else's dreams come true. Like, oh god, nearly took me out. Don't do that. It's time to let things go. You can even really have a good rapport with the place. But Kamau, the Mango song by Kamau is like, it is such a beautiful song. Like, 'cause I love you, and what love is, never selfish and of service. Oh my gosh. We all know I'm not a soprano, and I sit here trying to hit soprano notes like I can do that, and I'm sick. But you guys should check out that song. It's like, it feels like you're at a skating rink. If I could leave you, what would you do? Giving it up is not giving up. Giving it up is not giving up. If I had to choose, giving it up is not giving up. You're not giving up on yourself because you're giving up on this job. You can love the shit out of that little family you're about to step out on, man. Like, oh, I know that feeling. Like, when you build rapport and community and family in a borderline impossible environment, and then you're just, every step of the way, you start feeling yourself getting, like, transitioned out. Like, now the job's not, like, an easy thing for you. Now you get anxiety stepping into the room. Like, the energy's off now. Like, people are angrier all of a sudden. Like, you can't seem to people please your way out of tense situations, and you're just looking around like, but I have no prospects. I'm just, you know, for me it was just like, I can write good-ish, you know, I can kind of sing and enjoy doing those things a lot, but none of that, according to others, you know, that were telling me, none of those things were gonna get me, you know, to the place that I wanted to be. And the weird thing is, to be honest with you, if I could have just channeled, and this might be how maybe deep down inside you feel, and maybe you could even take this to your therapist or your counselor or your peer support specialist or whoever you have, your confidant, your mentor. I wonder if this might help you. All of that work ethic, that good, healthy work ethic that you have. People may have told you many times that, like, your art form and your niche and what you do in the world is not, like, monetizable in that way. But it's weird because, like, if you're working, say, at a job like I was, making, you know, $17.25 to work 8 hours, and most of that day is just either being, like, treated like shit by strangers or treated like shit by your coworkers, or maybe you have a good day but it's super stressful, and, you know, everyone else's external problems show up in that environment, and you're just getting mollywopped left and right by all of these energies that you can feel, and everyone else is just like, this is what I do. I go into work, treat everyone like shit, or I go into a medical office, treat everyone like shit. You know, like, I walk into a room and talk to everyone however I want because that's just how I talk. Like, you have those people. And, like, maybe that's okay for the first, like, year or two, but it's not sustainable lifelong, especially making that kind of money doing something that is just not something that you actually have a burning passion for. You put all of that work ethic into it, but it's weird because it's like I was still making a certain amount of money that wasn't actually helping me touch my future or my dreams. And I was withering away thinking that this was all I had. This was it. I told myself I have no prospects. I just sing kind of okay and write kind of okay. I'm just this, like, shitty, like, good for nothing artist. And I was like, whoa, who told me that? You know? Who told me that? Who told me that I couldn't take all of the work ethic that I poured into everyone else's dreams of having whatever the fuck it was they wanted, and, like, claiming all of it back, returning it all back to myself, and then saying the same work ethic that I have for others, I could invest in myself and make the kind of income it would require for me to live the way that I was living. Like, no one actually, like, says that to artists. They'll just say you shouldn't because it makes nothing, and that's actually not true. Like, there are artists out there who are doing exactly what they want to do and loving it, and they have exactly the life that they need to have. And I think that everyone assumes that an artist's goals and passions are to just be, like, god tier status fame, and I think a lot of artists are just like, I just want to do what I do and live off of it. I just want to be at peace. I'm not, like, there's a lot of us out here who are like, yeah, I mean, if it comes, it comes, but I care more about my community that I'm communing with than I do about catering to the world. And I think that my community can be big enough for all of us to take care of each other one way or another. Do with that what you want. As an artist, I think that it's important for us to have these conversations about where we're investing our time and our energies. Because, like, yeah, you can wither away at a 9-to-5 paying you pennies and expecting you to break yourself apart for them, or you can start setting healthier boundaries and be like, hey, actually, you know what, like, you and I both know this is not my passion. And whether you believe in me or not, which, you know, that wasn't my story. Actually, like, a lot of people back there believed in me, so, like, it actually made it a lot easier for me to make the transition. So some of you may actually even have a place where you can go to them and be like, I love you, and what love is me being able to accept that we cannot do this relationship like this anymore. Like, some people need to just break up with their jobs, and it needs to be, like, a healthy, beautiful breakup. I think that might be the point of this. I believe in you. Break up with your old job. Hey, 'cause it's bullshit. Break up with your old... I actually really like that song, but I'm gonna say, that's your affirmation. Break up with your job. Oh, 'cause it's bullshit. Break up with your job. Oh, 'cause it's killing you. Look, just again, like, not even again, but just, you know, to preface, I'm not saying you should just walk into there and give them a 2-week and then look at me like, so you gonna pay me? Like, no, like, be responsible about this. Like, it's a transition. 3 different decks were like, it's time to transition out of this, you know, thing that you're up to. It's time to transition. I'm gonna do one more pull. I'm just gonna pull, one goddess card because I feel like goddesses have cool things to say. Oh yeah, Goddess of Truth, Noonday, and then I'm gonna go Goddess of Truth, Noonday, number 34, and it says here, Goddess of Truth, Benin, Temple Griots, element water, emotions, talking about emotions, taking me over. Noonday, the bold, outspoken wife of Benin Iwa deity Legba, was feeling neglected by her husband. Even with several wives, his head easily turned. So Noonday lived her truth, took her own lover, and became her own best friend. Guidance, get real. What is your truth? Truth-telling matters. Being able to hear the truth matters just as much. Tell the truth. Embodiment. Each person has their own version. Speak yours. Words have impact. Remember that we all have triggers. Think before you speak and listen with compassion. Be gentle and stay calm in truth-telling conversations. Declaration, my truth is my friend. Okay, it's time to speak your truth. Someone needs to walk up to their manager and be like, realistically speaking, this ain't working out, and it's time for me to start transitioning in other places. Does that mean you need to start signing up for some college courses, some certifications? You need to start cutting back on hours and investing more time into your work? Does that mean you're not going to be spending your lunch break gossiping with your coworkers and instead sitting in your car and writing down some notes for the songs and the books you need to be publishing soon? Transitions and speak your truth. Yo, things gotta change. Things gotta be different and they gotta change. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for you. Break up with your job. Oh, and speak your truth. The job is bullshit. I'm sorry, I have to go. I'm having way too much fun here. Like, speaking of, like, toxic ass jobs before I go, if you haven't seen Severance yet, it's one of those shows where, like, I can't watch late at night because, like, it's one of those shows where it's all low tone communication, even though it is fucking terrifying. It's really good. So, like, if you need to sever contact with your creepy, shitty ass job, one way or another, it can be a soft transition of, hey, I love you, giving it up is not giving up, we can stay in contact, you know. Or it could just be a straight up, like, fuck this shit, I'm out, amp. Fuck this shit, I'm out, amp. Fuck it. It can be a number of things, but whatever it is, Babe, look, babe, honey, my love, it sounds like it's time. It sounds like it's time. It's 30 minutes. I actually can't believe I've been sitting here for 30 minutes. I'm so sick and tired of this. I love y'all. Yeah, I love you. Bye.